there's all kinds. I heard you say drip emails, blogs, landing pages. Now, the thing is that how does an agent, figure out how to get the right technology solution? I mean, there's so many of them out there.
Right.
What's your recommendation for selecting the right system?
Right. Well, that is a good question, and there's lots and lots of choices out there. Obviously, you have to look within your own company. I mean, whatever company you have chosen to work for, whether it's Coldwell Banker, Remax, Prudential, Windermere, that's your infrastructure. So first, respect the infrastructure that you have and see what they've brought to the table for you first. They probably have gone out and sought relationships, discounted prices, whatever it might be that work within your system. Try to plug and play in that first, and then build around that if you feel it's not adequate for what you need. But if you try and go against the grain of what your company has and then try and plug something else into it, you may always be swimming upstream. You could do a parallel program. So if you believe what your company has is okay and it's adequate, then great. Then do a parallel program. Go out and speak to people like One Park Place. Go out and just like I was talking about coaches, I think you should interview technology companies. I think you should sit down and have them do a presentation for you. Cost, effect, as far as what their accountability is. Is there a money-back guarantee if things don't work? Are there contracts you have to sign? Are there testimonials that you can find from other agents who are using that product or service? And then realize if you don't have something currently right now, don't start with everything. Start with baby steps. Start with some small pieces that you can plug and play in. Master those, and then slowly add to your program. If you're a current large agent or you have all of this stuff that you have, my recommendation is to go in and do some spring cleaning. Go in and look at everything that you are spending money on right now, whether you're doing websites, blogging, bus benches, direct mail, whatever it might be. Go in and do some spring cleaning, not only to see if it's still effective, but ask yourself, should I stop, start, or continue something? And I ask that to myself constantly. What should I be stopped doing? What should I start doing? And what should I continue doing? And if you think that these things are effective, make sure on every piece of material that you put out into somebody's eyes and ears for them to see or hear that you have your website, your email address, your blog, and any other additional information on there that you may not have had. Constantly I'm seeing people who put up bus benches or they do billboards, and there's a phone number, and there's no email address or website. Or they are using their web, and it's not linked back to all of their main page, whatever it might be. So go do spring cleaning and make sure you're connected at every level, and use an internet expert company to help make sure you're not missing the boat.
So let me summarize what you just said. So from a technology perspective, there's three things that I gathered from your delivery that are essential. Number one, a contact management database.
Absolutely.
Number two, a website that connects to your contact management database. And number three, a lead generation system like an IDX search, an MLS technology solution that actually also integrates with your contact, because your contacts want to look for homes, and you want to know what homes your contacts are looking at.
Absolutely.
So if you can find a solution that has that component, that setup, then you've got a very powerful system. Is that what I'm understanding?
I would say that's absolutely correct. There's a piece of the puzzle though, that gets missed beyond that point. What I've seen is I've seen some people doing what you just said, then the internet leads are coming in, and you can look at all the statistics on CAR and NAR about agents that don't respond to emails. They don't respond to information. Not everyone, but many people do. So my recommendation, if you're going to spend the time and energy to do all the three things you just spelled out, that you have a backup plan in place. That might mean on those emails that are coming in, you've set up an automatic BCC system, that you have an automatic BCC that maybe goes to your buyer's agent if you have one. Maybe it goes to another agent in the office who helps cultivate those leads for you, and you pay them a small referral fee to be like a virtual buyer agent. So make sure that if these leads are coming in, that you are absolutely maximizing an opportunity to follow up with them immediately. I do know a lot of people have the automatic reply stuff where it says, I can't get to you right now, but I'll get to you in 10 minutes or an hour. And those are at least something, but then people don't follow up after that. And I know if I'm online or if I want information, I do want it instantly. The reason I'm going to the internet versus calling an 800 number or going through the yellow pages like I used to or looking at the newspaper is because I want information now. And we forget in the real estate business sometimes that an hour is too long.
Right. Well, as Greg Newman says, leads are like strawberries. They have a very short shelf life.
Absolutely.
And they get rotten very quickly.
Greg has a lot of good things.
and so I gather that. So, you did all this research. Obviously, you have a lot of people coming to you for solutions. And so what did you end up deciding that you would like to use for your business?
Well, that's a good, set me up for a good plug there. Actually, we're going to use One Park Place, and they were smart enough for me before I even got to the table. Windermere has been in existence for 7 years here in San Diego before I ever came to the table. And the good news is it's a great group of people who are doing some really progressive things above and beyond what I've seen in some other companies that I know or I've worked with, and they are doing some really integrated stuff that's working in today's market for the agent. And they were already doing some business with you. So I came to the table and they said, hey, we're using One Park Place. I said, wow, I like One Park Place, and I like Steve's energy who runs that company. And so we are going to continue that relationship, and we're going to take it even deeper than it is now because I believe it's something that you are doing things that work, Steve. And I do believe that sincerely, that not only you're a technology guy, you were first a real estate guy. You've done open houses. You know how to close buyer and seller transactions. You know what it's like to work on an escrow that didn't happen to close and you had to pay your mortgage payment. So I like when you're doing your systems and your tools and your processes that you have the agent's end result in mind. And the stuff that you're doing, I think, is very progressive. And you've cut out a lot of fluff in your products and services because you realize the only thing that can really happen today is meat. And sizzle is nice, but you have to have meat and substance. So we are going to continue a relationship in a very positive way with